That's our cue. Here we go. Wow, what a nice smooth start. That's a 42-ton steam engine pulling it. We're weighing over 60 tons of loaded rail cars. Out of the nice friendly way to get by, it's good luck and tradition for the train ride. A hearty wave. Coming around this big right-hand curve, check it out. You'll get a good look at the design of this old antique steaming locomotive. This is not your conventional type of steam engine, like you guys would see in those old Western films. This engine was never built to run on the mainline tracks at a high speed either. This engine was built for logging and coal mining. It is a very powerful, gear-driven, all-wheel drive steam locomotive. On this old power unit, maybe 15 miles an hour. The engine was built to pull with a heavy load up and down a very steep mountain grade. This is called the Shay locomotive, spelled S-H-A-Y. And look up right, the Shay has a very unique design. It's got 3 vertical pistons, all on the right-hand side of the engine. Those 3 pistons have a 10-inch bore and a 12-inch stroke. The rotating crankshaft underneath. Round and round that crankshaft goes, and it has ring and pinion gears that power each and every wheel underneath that machine. That's how you get the incredible pulling power that operates with a heavy load on the steep mountain tracks and able to keep traction on the climb. Originally, this steam engine was built October 12th of 1912. That's the same here, the Titanic 6. No relation. That's a 112-year-old workhorse to the 113-year-old. We got a hold of this steam engine in 1962 when Roy Cannon was built it. It's our first engine, that's why it's our number 1. Engine number 1 today is Dixie Harris. And on over the last
it is cool!
It's good luck for many more steam engines from where you're
So we were. We went all the way around.
A long career on the East Coast. And she was abandoned, retired, and forgotten about. Left to collect rice. Next to the old coal mine it used to work at in the town called Dixie, Virginia. Now, back in 1912, when this engine was first built, Dixiana was a coal-fired steam engine. We used to shovel that black coal all day long into the hot firebox to boil the water to make the steam pressure. That's a lot of physical labor. Shoveling coal when it's about 150 degrees in the cab of that steam engine all day long. Our boys get cooked alive here for water. Fortunately, they don't have to shovel coal. When this engine arrived here in 1962, it was restored to run again here at Murray Camp. It was converted to burn oil for the fuel. That is an oil-fired steam locomotive, burning clean and efficiently. Hardly liquid milk, no hot, good gas. I say the oil we burn comes from all your automobiles. We burn recycled, reclaimed motor oil. How about that? Property has never been logged. Ever. This is exactly how this forest has been looking for millions and millions of years, completely untouched by humankind. This is also the world's very first protected redwood preserve that was ever saved from being lost back in 1867. Over 300 acres of virgin redwood forest was spared from the axes of the chainsaws back then, and still stands tall and proud to this day. These are the coastal redwood trees, which are the tallest types of trees on the earth. These trees live naturally right up and down the coastline of Northern California here. That's all because these big trees depend on the cool, moist air from California's northern Pacific fog belt. Redwoods need that fog to survive. As a result, they're limited to their last stand, averaging about 2 to 15 miles inland from the ocean, and that's it. But top to bottom, it's about 500 miles of redwood cover the coastline. And most of that forest is nothing like what you guys see here on this property. Right after that big California gold rush, behind the miners, quickly came the loggers. These were known as the lumberman dream at that point. Practically worked their weight in gold. Since the 1860s, 95% of the original old-growth redwood forest has been logged and harvested for its lumber. Today, we have only 5% of virgin redwood left. Approaching a very scenic photo out here. We're about to take you across Indian Creek Circle, North America's sharpest curving railroad bridge for any passenger train. The bridge is 210 feet long and about 42 feet high. Now this is also one of a lot of our largest and most mature redwood trees on the property stand. A lot of these trees are almost 300 feet tall and are about 1,000 to 1,500 years old. 10 to 15 foot diameter trunks. In really good condition, the coastal redwoods can reach ages of up to 2,200 years, and perhaps even more in rare cases too.
I didn't even get to ride a train no more because in Sacramento there's only a diesel now. They took I forgot what it's named, but it was a steam locomotive. It was a 10 train and I couldn't ride it today, so hope you enjoy it.
Okay, this is an hour and a half ride. I'm going to use all the memory.
Oh, Dixie up front, she's really working hard.
That's it.
Look at her go. Straight up the mountainside here. This is exactly what this J locomotive was designed to do best. The conventional steam engine, the name modern diesel, just could not keep the track to the climb the hill this steep. Mainline tracks across the country is pretty flat, with about a 1 to maybe a 2% grade at the most. Right now, we're climbing up an incredibly steep 8.5% grade right here. That means every 100 feet that we travel forward, we're rising 8.5 feet vertically. That would be the power of fiery water at its finest, just like the longest distance back in the day. Now that being said, no major registry should ever be marking a new track, since this ancient protected forest has the right of way. But it was all designed to be a replication of what an authentic 1880s logging line would have looked like back then. Preserving the forest while making it look like a logging railroad.
Ha subido mucho. Por cada 100 pies que va, ha subido mucho más.
This is almost gonna be the end of the video, so please enjoy, please. And like this video and subscribe here. We're only at 16 subscribers. 16. So